So I just thought of this video idea on the spot because I actually had one planned, and in this planned video I was going to tell you how to talk to people. Now, I've read a book about talking to people, so I do know theoretically how to talk to people, but since I'm quite introverted, I don't practice it that much, Like, I speak to people every day, but like it's just humour and stuff, and when I have like serious conversations, I just don't have them enough to give you a bunch of knowledge about it. I believe I can do it pretty well, but I just don't do it that much and that well sometimes, because if I'm just talking to an old person, I don't want to talk to them. I'm just not going to use my conversation skills. So as I'm getting older, I'm trying to actually like implement it more, but I don't think I can give you that much experience, that much knowledge on this subject, because I'm not that experienced in it. But what I can do is tell you how to speak if you are an introvert, because this doesn't actually mean you're going to be bad at conversations. You probably know this already, but like, I'm just going to be telling you how to conversate, because some people just don't know this. A book I recommend is not How to Win Friends and Influence People. That's just an outdated version of the book I'm going to recommend. It's called How to Talk to Anyone, 92 Tricks, Tips, something like that, to talk to anyone. And then, if you read this book, it's just everything you need, really. So, I read this book. I also read How to Win Friends and Influence People. I just realised this book that I just said is actually better. So, how you talk to someone as an introvert, you've actually kind of got a good thing going for you, because a lot of people like talking about themselves a lot. And what I've realised is that people who are bad at conversation don't really know. People who are like you and me, introverted, we don't mind when we're bad at conversation. We don't mind these people who are bad at conversation but they're extroverted, and they just like talking to you about everything in their life, and they don't give you a chance to speak, or like you have to take a chance to speak. But we just don't mind, because we don't want to speak that much anyway, so we'll just allow that. And then they think they have a good time in the conversation. They think we're both great at conversating. Neither of us are great at conversating at all. And then if two people who don't like speaking that much meet each other, it can be a bit awkward if you don't know how to speak. And then if two people who like speaking a lot, then they just hate each other, like I've seen this loads. Some people just don't get on because they're both like extroverted and bad at conversation, and then they just like talk at each other and try and fight to get as many words in as they can, and it's just a bit stupid. But if you both know how to conversate, conversations can be pretty good. So what you do is you just ask questions about the other person. You're not trying to say anything about yourself which they don't ask you about yourself. Firstly, this is actually going to make you keep the conversations on longer as well. If you're trying to build a deep friendship with someone, deep relationship with someone, you're going to want to actually have stuff to talk about in a long time. You don't want to just be spewing out everything immediately. Now, some people, if they've got really boring lives themselves and they're bad at conversation, then they might actually be quite, like, they might hate this conversation. They might hate being asked about themselves. But if you ask them really just general questions, and then, if they don't ask you questions back, just stop talking to them, because like, they're either not that interested in you, or they just are so bad at conversation, it's just not even worth trying. It's just going to be the same as if neither of you are asking anything. You can just talk about yourself as well, if you enjoy doing that. But everyone really enjoys talking about themselves. Some people just don't have that much to talk about when it comes to themselves, and that's why they don't really enjoy it. But you just ask them about themselves, ask them about their life, ask them about their past, and then they'll ask you stuff similarly if they're good at conversation. And then that's how a conversation flows well. But what can happen is some people are just used to answering other people's questions, so then you go into a normal conversation, or with someone who isn't just like talking at you, and then you're just like, you don't know what to say, and then it goes terrible. But you're just meant to actually ask questions yourself. So that's my tip on how to conversate with someone. And even if it's awkward or something, it just doesn't really matter. Just like engage in humour, I guess. That's all I do for conversation now. I don't even enjoy it that much, to be honest. I just sort of go to school, engage in humour, and kind of want to leave sixth form, but not making any money, so I need to make money, and then I can leave sixth form. Or I just won't, and I'll just like get a job in the future. But have a good day. Goodbye. See you in the next video.